and the New England Patriots, taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today we've got an AFC East matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here come the Bills for their first go on offense, led by their Pro Bowl quarterback. Now in his 4th season, it's Josh Allen.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, these two teams, you might remember, met in Foxborough earlier in the season with the Patriots winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Foxborough to capture the season series. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. From the gun, it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Kyle Van Noy back with the Pats in 2021 there on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game. As
the Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Matt Judon has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. On 4th down, on is the former Dolphin Matt Hawk to punt for Buffalo. Gunnar Olszewski deep for New England. This is taken at the 10. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Patriots take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the Heisman finalist from a season ago, the rookie from Alabama, Mac Jones.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. The numbers a week ago for Michel. 10 carries, 57 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
And that is incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. And caught by Henry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
And what a nice nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jerry Hughes on the stop. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
But he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll run it here. This is James White. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. The quick slant caught. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get them the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I'd like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
He'll go right back to Beasley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's brought down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Singletary. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. To the air, Allen. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. Finding Diggs near the sideline. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Allen now looks to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's a reason. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Throwing Jones. Ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll look to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the Patriots who got the win on the road, so they'll look to finish off the sweep here in Foxborough. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones completes it to Aguilar. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw again. It's caught by Aguilar. Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. Touchdown. Kendrick Bourne in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Folk connects on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. Allen's throw caught by Sanders. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A final shot before half for Allen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We begin with an AFC matchup at MetLife Stadium. Jacksonville making the trip north to take on New York. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. The rookie Trevor Lawrence has a touchdown pass. From there, we head down the turnpike to see what's happening with the Eagles at home in Philadelphia. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Saquon Barkley, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they've got the lead over the visiting LA Rams as that one's gone to halftime. Dalvin Cook, a touchdown run in that first half. Meanwhile, in our game, each team able to manage just one touchdown apiece. 7-7.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And it's Michel once again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Right back to Singletary on second down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and
now Breida loses it, and it's picked up by the Patriots. There he goes left side, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Extra point up and good by Fulton. And that makes the score 14-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. On first down, Singletary, a little juke, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On the give, this is Singletary. The corner, Stephon Gilmore on the stop. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen. And he's got his man here, Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run on first down. Singletary, a beautiful fake. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 55 rushing yards, rushing on 12 carries for him now. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. His 7th rushing touchdown, 11th overall. And the Bills have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Michelle. And Michelle will have the 1st down and more. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. Jones now to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs. This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Mario Addison make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo
under pressure, and they got to him again. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the 2nd half.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
On 1st down, Singletary. get this one across the 35. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Singletary. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Into the hands of Singletary. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now Allen. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Connecting with Aguilar. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Jones. Going right side here, and that's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. To throw is Jones. Leaping, and he makes the grab. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Jones. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Working with a 2nd and 4. Here's Jones. He's going to look downfield for Henry. A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They'll try to run it in. Michel. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So here's Nick Folk in an important spot. This to almost certainly win the football game. And Folk's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Well, Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Pats, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come